Hello everyone and welcome back to Victoria 3, our United States of America playthrough. Now, as we can see, we have grown significantly now in the last episodes and are continuing our expansion to the west. We still have a truce with Mexico until 1854, so until then I have to wait here for my western expansion of Colorado especially, and also Mexican Oklahoma. We should get this little enclave that we have there is not working out for me. I do need to get all of this into my territory. Also, we're building up some new industry, so chemical plants are being built now throughout the states, especially here also in Maryland and in Washington. So we do want to get fertilizers, we do want to get also dynamite. Dynamite is something that we're going to need pretty soon then as well for our mines once I can activate that tag. And let's just also quickly check out my construction menu. We do have now the munitions coming along, so we are focusing a bit more now on ammunition. Very important that we get this along as our military grows and needs better weapons especially. We do also need to watch out for my weapons industry. However, this costs me, so this is all just costing factors, right? Ammunition factories, getting more soldiers, it's all costing. Oh, and we have the improved fertilizer. So because of costing, we do also need to create some industries that actually are profitable for us. And we do have some options for that. The first one is actually really simple, and that's the tools. We always need tools. There is no profit implication right now or profit impact here right now, but I know that it's coming because construction will cost me less, right? So in general, we do pay less for construction the more tool workshops we have. And what I can also see is that we do have a steady income of wood now and also of steel. So both of these goods are available in abundance right now. And as we can also see, these buildings stack, and wherever we have the buildings, we have the educated staff available already, right? And we have the infrastructure for it, and this is boosting our profitability then as well. Indiana has a infrastructure of plus 15. So Indiana, over there it is. Let's go ahead and build two more workshops over there. So this is kind of like my steel area. It's turning out to be one of them. Michigan, we'd have 10 infrastructure thanks to having the railway now finished. Our first railway that is choo-chooing around the states and coming along splendidly between Detroit and Lansing now, delivering, well, oil. No, not oil, sorry, wood. What we can see here, some ore as well as some sulfur I can see there in the back. Do we actually produce sulfur? We are producing sulfur. What a nice detail, right? That the trains are actually taking what we produce here. So sulfur and iron, and this is that we can see on the wagons. Pretty cool. Alrighty, new tech we need to research. The fertilizers are coming along. We can use them soon. Oh, the steam donkey is looking fantastic, as we can see. Only takes a few more days here to finish, and then we could have the steam donkey in our mines, further boosting the output of the mines. And then probably would like to go for the dynamite, as it is further boosting my mines. And reinforced concrete is now within months and not years anymore, so 15% construction sector throughput is also amazing, as it further boosts my construction. Holy cow, we have lots of choices for the tax. This is coming along perfect. We are also still in the middle of the Ripper murderer at large. It's still going to take us a while, right? We need to find that murderer in New York that is wreaking havoc and also increases the number of radicalizations in New York. However, my statewide, my nationwide amount of radicals is actually going down, so that is good because we are increasing our availability of products and our wealth. Steam donkeys, there it is. We can go for the next one right away. This is now between dynamite and reinforced concrete, most likely. Let's go for the reinforced concrete first, as I would like to boost my my construction sector. And down here, this is all, yeah, it's all fine. We have the steel frame buildings. Actually, you know what? Let's go for the steel frame buildings, because this is going to enact me the steel frame building, which is going to put my give me a bonus of 40% construction efficiency and 270 construction capacity in addition. However, it will cost me less fabric wood, but more glass, and it will also cost me explosives, tools, and steel, a lot more of these, right? So we would need to prepare our construction industry before I enable that, but it will be a tremendous boost to my construction. One more thing, and that is because I'm talking way too much once again. By the way, the game is still running, so we are fine. I do need more generals. We are having a lot of soldiers available. Here in New England, 30 battalions are waiting for a general. Let's go ahead. Okay, between the two of them, it's pretty clear that Daniel Abercrombie is the one that I would like to go for. He is arrogant. That is a penalty for legitimacy and attrition risk when attacking. However, he also gets an offensive bonus. He is pretty young, so in that case here, age 42, he will serve us quite some time. This guy here is 49, so he will die earlier. Also, he's a cocaine addict, so this also adds to the health penalty there. Definitely not going with this guy here. Daniel Abercrombie, and let's get this one here promoted right away, so he can increase his command limit, right? We're going to promote him like 3 times, and whatever new battalions I get up in New England is going to join Daniel then as well. Also, we have a new expedition, and that is our new decision. We can start an expedition, the Mapping American Western Frontier. Launch an expedition to map out the unknown regions and geography of the North American Western Frontier. We can start with this now, since we do have researched quinine and also have at least 3 American generals. Let's trigger this one. And we now need to choose a person for the right job. Thomas Jessup. We could check out who of them is really good. He's got the explorer trait, so he would be perfect for an expedition, right? So he gets the expedition opportunity 200% increased. He got cancer, so he's probably going to die pretty soon. But do we have anyone else with that trait though? We do have a surveyor. No. Let's go with Thomas Jessup. He's dying, but for now we do get the bonus out of him, right? The other ones really don't have it. Thomas Jessup is the job. Let's just see how this turns out. This is an expedition now running in the background, and it will lead to events, right? And once completed, we will get the Oregon Trail event. Now, police brutality in Mississippi. The working class and the socially conscious are rallying against the police as an institution. Holy cow, no, I'm not doing this. We want to have the police. Event in Utah, making their way through the mountains. The expedition finds a dangerous gorge. Their guide advises them to take a longer, more secure route. Do we want to go faster or do we want to go slower but safer? Our guide knows better. It's getting a bit delayed, but it is safer. And another election. Whoa, a lot of things are happening there at the same time. Legitimacy is down to 16%. We definitely should reform our government here. And let's just check it out how we can do this. Yep, kicking out the folk already is doing a good job. Petite bourgeoisie. And why there's self-implanters even in there? It's not something that I would like to go with. Evangelicals. Anyone joining a party here? We got 90%. Can we boost this somehow to 100? Armed forces? Nah. We got Intelligentsia and Trade Union in now. Intelligentsia I would like to keep because it continues my women rights. And also... I think it's fine. Let's confirm the government. And we still have some good traits. We have less traits than before. The royal folk are only neutral for us now. I might pass a law that they like. And with that, we could continue with them. But they would like migration control. I cannot do this right now because I need workforce for all that industry. So we are keeping like that. Next event for the expedition. A bear has been sighted. And we shall hunt it. Or better be safe. There's a 60% chance that the bear attacks. And if we hunt it, we have a 50% chance. Alright, let's go ahead with this. And yeah. Successfully hunted and killed the grizzly bear. We do get some minor progress on the expedition. Alright, let's also quickly check out once again my balance here. As we can see, my clothes is going up. That's because the population needs more clothes. So we do have more urban centers because of the industrialization, and urban centers consume then my clothes. The same goes with glass, but glass I have prepared a bit, so it's still fine. Fruits is looking bad. It's very expensive. We should change this because fruits is a basic need, and luxury clothes can actually stay luxurious. But yeah, tools and fabric it is, or at least the textile mills. In that case here, tools. We don't have that much fabric as well. For fabric, we have trade routes exporting 3,400. I'm going to put tariffs on any kind of export of fabric. This should yield me a nice amount of coin that we get out of that. And I might also quickly check out my trade routes for fabric. So first of all, we get 3 unproductive trade routes. We can actually cancel them to get some bureaucracy back. They're not functioning anymore properly. And then we have this export for 300 to Mexico. Let's also cancel this one here, as this will yield me a bit more. And as we can see, the tariffs revenue now from the fabric here is 15,000 because we are exporting so much to France. So at least it's a bit expensive, and we profit from that. Dropping my balance here to 20,000 negative only, so this is much better than before. And for clothes, since clothes is also pretty important to us, I might also put a protectionism on it. Expedition. Thomas G-Sub can either pick a random direction and push on, or wait for the night to fall. Wait for the night to fall. Expedition gets delayed. We do get this 2 times actually. And let's wait both times. I'm also expanding some cotton plantations in my southern states. So in Louisiana and Mississippi, we do have some infrastructure left that I can use for that. In Arkansas also, and we do have some cotton plantations there already. So I'm just going ahead here now. And Florida, actually, yeah, let's go ahead with Florida and Arkansas as well. So we are going to put them in these states here using that. And we do need a lot of fabric though for my whole clothing and textile mills, right? These have some good profits now. And in Maine, I can actually go with 3 more. Let's do this. And then it's getting a bit tight there. So Louisiana, we could also go with 2 more. And New York, of course, let's go with 3 in New York. The thing is though, we're getting low on infrastructure everywhere. So more railways are being needed then again soon. Which we do have still a good engine surplus. So I can still build some railways if I want to. And we can also check where we do have lower infrastructure. So West Virginia is bad right now. Let's build one there. And these are fine here. These are new territories. But my developed territories definitely should have some good infrastructure. We could also get the first in Virginia up, the first railway, because we definitely will need more industry there as well. Expedition. Members come across a river that is bursting at the banks. They can try to raft across, which would be quick but dangerous. Alternatively, they could search for a more suitable place to cross. Onwards or better be safe? Let's have better be safe. We don't want to risk it. Now, some of you have been suggesting that I should just conquer Southern American territory. I could do this, right? Venezuela, for example, doesn't have really any allies. They're actually damaging their relationship with Denmark right now, which is interesting, I think. But Venezuela, for example, we could easily take this one. We could actually also just make it a dominion of us or a puppet of us. Then it would at least pay us something for that, right? If they're our puppet or dominion, then either way. Or we could conquer the states directly to take over control. However, what we can also see is this is always adding infamy to us. And the greater our infamy, the less our reputation is, and also the more likely it is for one of the other great powers to declare war on us, to make us smaller again in size, right? So this is a bit problematic. I don't have the soldiers right now to survive a war against Great Britain with 217 battalions, 260 of France, 290 of Austria, which is the strongest one, or even Italy with 144. We're way too weak for that yet. So just aimlessly or brainlessly conquering territory is not really going to lead to success long-term wise. With the low temperatures, and it's also not the goal of this game, to be honest. After all, this is an economy game primarily. Of course, we want to paint the map a bit blue there, but we don't need to exaggerate. With low temperatures of the mountains, the expedition finds a perfect meadow to take shelter near the river and far enough from any other village to not disturb the land. An encampment using cotton wood lumber cut from the riverbanks is suggested by Thomas Jessup. We are in Utah, so right over there, somewhere here in the mountains. And the perfect place to build a fort. This will reduce the peril. I think we are going with that because the peril was already medium, and now we are going with low peril there again. Slavery debate is coming to an end soon. Nothing from the Ripper yet. Now another thing to prepare for the next construction industry upgrade is our glass. We do have 12 glassworks right now that are working at a good profit, most of them. And what I could do here is now activate the crystal glass. This gives me a permanent output of 360 more glass in total right now. It would consume less wood, and it would consume 300 more lead. That is fine though, because we got lots of lead space. So let's go ahead and change this one to crystal glass. And we could also, look at that. Getting some porcelain in. We're actually negative on this. We could boost complete porcelain or just a bit, reducing our glass a bit. Oh, it would require quite a lot of dye then as well, but it would make them probably more profitable. Yes, let's go ahead and also produce some porcelain. Not a lot though, right? And it should lead to a nice profit once all of this is working then. Oh, they also need shopkeepers with porcelain now. This is going to take a bit of time there. And I will definitely need a few more glassworks though. So let's go ahead with this. By the way, lead we do need first. Lead is very important. We do have some lead mines available, right, in Ohio. Ohio has a perfect infrastructure, so let's go ahead with 5 more there. And also in Missouri with 5 more, leading to 10 more. And that's 400 more lead that we would produce with those lead mines. And really, we should aim for this proportional taxation system because it would just solve every financial problem that I have right now. Also, it makes the world fairer, in my opinion, as mainly income-based tax system that tries to ensure everyone pays a roughly equal share. The enactment chance is not very high, though. Let's go for it. We are going to make the industrialists a bit unhappy with that, and the southern planters will lose their political strength now, I think, within the year, so that should not be a big problem. Legitimacy is 90%, so that is fine. And we do have now quite a few checkpoints ahead of us before this one gets enacted. Hopefully it does. There's no chance for it to stall. There's just debate, advance. It will not fail most likely. It's just going to take a while. And once the slavery debate is over, it should actually speed up then as well. My next cotton plantations are coming along, and then the textile mills, then some railways. So we got a full queue here. And my research for the new construction tech is also halfway through. Do we have any new journal entry that we can have a look at? Oregon border, we are doing this right now. Ripper, we are doing the manifest destinies. We're doing this steam engine time. That is the motor industry. Rifling, central archives. By the way, yes, I think there is a new government one. Yes, we could change our bureaucracy to the standardized filing system. This gives me 3,000 more bureaucracy right away and also 750 taxation capacity. It is huge. It does, however, require 500 paper. So we're going to need a lot of paper. As we can see, the price would double right away in 34 states. So before that, we do need to have a look at my paper industry, which is lacking a bit right now. Let's go ahead, and in New Jersey we do have them. In New York we have some paper mills, so let's go ahead with them. And then I'll probably start up a new paper industry in another state right away, where we still have some good infrastructure, most or best, perhaps up here somewhere. There in New Hampshire we haven't really done anything yet, right? New Hampshire could be another point for paper industry, so let's start with that over there as well. It, however, as we can see, requires quite a lot of things. Wood is not the problem anymore. Tools is also fine. Dye is going to be a bit problematic, so thanks to my colonies, right? So in American South Cameroon, let's add 5 more dye plantations right away. The Ripper strikes back. Several more corpses in New York have been identified as victims of the New York Ripper. Careful and committed investigation may yield clues as to the killer's identity. And no evidence, though, is linked to that. We still get the public panic there, the radicals in New York. Oh, God. It's not coming along very well, right? The police are hot on the trail and are very likely to catch the killer. I don't see that, though. We do have an uprising against us. Where do we have that? In Senegal. Over here. Alright. It's a tricky location. Let's try to get someone over. 7, I think we should be fine with. We do have actually someone in the Senegal headquarters. Have a look. Can we recruit a general over there? Yes, we can. Robert Leo William Fitzhugh. Oh, he's a cocaine addict. This one is a defensive strategist. Let's go ahead with him. So he would be on the same continent, and it would make things a bit easier for us, of course. In Senegal, and Robert Lee, there you are, and defend the front down here right away, right? They're not really having any forces, I think. It's just a minor native uprising. We are used to that by now. And by the way, my territory is growing. So in Mauritania, we do have a bit more land now. And this also increases down the plots that we have, right? So more arable land, for example. And down here, we do have the Windward Coast. That is also increasing. Lots of dye plantations popping up here. That's just very good for us. We are going to need way more dye in the future. And then, of course, we got Cameroon here with the dye plantations. They're also fully staffed, by the way, so this is working out. We got some good infrastructure usage here, so I can just go crazy, really. Let's actually build 10 dye plantations in Congo, because I do need them. And they have 100% market access. We do have quite a lot of states that don't have 100% market access right now. Wyoming, for example, would strike me here. We do have some tooling workshop here, and just very minor industry, though. But yeah, infrastructure is very low. They don't have any bonuses, quite the opposite. They have the Rocky Mountains and thus a penalty to infrastructure. So Wyoming is probably not going to be one of my goals for industrialization that early on, right? We're just going to keep it like that for now. I want to use the bonuses that we have to jumpstart the economy better. Once again, let's just quickly have a look on the beautiful map. Yeah, we have, for example, here, Chicago. As we can see, it is growing really quickly now. So we also have a more refined city center here popping up. Do we have something in Michigan? Yeah, Detroit, of course. And Detroit is also growing in size, right? So we do have these two steel cities that I would like to call them. New York is growing, right? So it's making the connection over there with, I think, Staten Island it is. Kind of like making that connection here complete. Also getting bigger and bigger. The expedition is waken up in the middle of the night. Inhuman screams come from one of the tents and a female voice cries, "A baby!" It's best for both of them to get back to the village, of course. Why should we take care of the baby? It's not our baby. And it's not our village at all. We're at 20% now of the enacting process. Very good. And come on, slavery debate. What is this here? It should happen. And Maltese people have begun migrating to Mississippi and its surrounding states. Alright, I think there is a higher attraction in Mississippi. Let's just quickly check it out. Where is Mississippi? There it is. And we do have now a very steadily growing one. Migration attraction of the Maltese is coming in. Do they have any big penalties? None. Also no taboos. Very good. So they are perfect workers for us. And of course we should provide some jobs for these people. And I could, yeah, cotton plantations, we need lots of people, obviously. Infrastructure is still fine. Some more coal mines. We do need a lot of coal in the future. Let's go with 5 more coal mines right away. And by the way, it's a coast state, right? Yes, we can add some ports. Let's add 2 ports to this, giving me a bit more infrastructure. We do have a positive supply of clippers right now, thanks to having the shipyards finished. And there it is. The slavery debate is completed. And with that, the southern planters lose a lot of their political power. Do we see this somewhere here? I don't think so. A member of the expedition has asked for a few days to stop and collect samples of a previously unknown plant. Dude, our general has cancer. I don't know how long he's going to live. But we do get some 5% prestige because the Western American plant species discovered. I'll take it. More prestige is fine for us. Yeah, there's nothing here though. I thought there would be something at least coming up, but the planters at least should have lost more. Yes, they're down to 5% power now only, the southern planters, right? The former big power, the former slavers, they're now a bit strong down here in Alabama, Tennessee, and Georgia, and that's it, right? So, oh, also in New York. But New York is, of course, a state for everyone. But yeah, we've lost a major force against any kind of progress, and that's very good for us. Now there we have one of these events that happens when you have too much infamy. China, right? So Italy wants to cut down Great Qing in size because their infamy level is really high. Italy is mobilizing 445 troops. I mean, it's completely selfless, right? They're just doing this to cut them down. They're not really taking territory from them or something like that. Prussia joins the war, as we can see. So Prussia has now joined as well. If I take this one right. Yep, it's Prussia. So they're helping out to cut them down in size. So China is probably going to have a deep problem there. They have more troops, but I know that they are weaker troops overall. Expedition. Some members of the expedition have expressed concerns that the weather is turning against them. They insist... Oh, that was quick! We have the proportional taxation system. There was only a 20% chance really for it. And yeah, we do now have a 20% plus income tax rate, 27% consumption tax rate, and 20% dividends tax rate. And the trade unions especially endorse this. Industrialists oppose this, so we do lose their bonus for now. And this will radicalize the southern planters, but they're non-existent at this point. They're marginalized even. So that is fine. Press on. Oh god. Of course we get the negative event. Lost in the snow. The expedition is in grave danger. So there might be a problem there on my side. Alright, taxation. This is just really good. So we are having a very good... We are still keeping the same level now, right? And we are positive. In that case here, we could raise it to medium. It wouldn't really hurt us that much, and we will get 64,000. But as long as I have slightly positive balance, I'm totally fine here. We're building up some gold supply again. That's what I like to see. Construction-wise, a lot of textile mills are finished now soon. We have a lot of same constructions at the same time. And then the lead mines, and then the dye plantations, coal mine, and where's my glass? There it is, glassworks, right? Yeah, glassworks are coming after the lead mines. And yeah, just because of one negative event, the expedition failed. Come back empty-handed, and we do get the failed expedition. 10% prestige reduction and 10% authority reduction. That is really steep, I'm sorry, but what? Alright. This is very hurtful. We need to start the expedition, of course, again. Map the western frontier, and this time we cannot take Thomas Jessup. We don't have anyone right now for expeditions, though, for a bonus there. I think Surveyor is giving us something. 200% Jada terrain chance. I don't know if that is even a bonus. I don't think so. Nope, we don't have anyone right now that would give us something there. That's a shame. We could take General Robert Lee. I know this name, and you probably also want to know this. Let's take him. He's going on the expedition rather than fighting for pro-slavery. Holy cow, 2 attacks at the same time being researched. The anarchism, so unlocks the anarchy law for the distribution of power. And we also get the ironclad ship, a new ship that we can use now. It also leads to the destroyer ship then eventually. And we could now use this one in my military for my navy. So in my ships we can now say ironclad, for example, right? It would give me way more offense than the wooden ships. However, it will cost me more ammunition. That is okay, but we don't have any ironclads at the moment, so I cannot do this. This would be way too expensive. So I would need to produce ironclads. Where can we do this? I think in the shipyards. So let's just check it out real quick. There we have it, and there we have the steamships. And the steamships, we would lose all the clippers from this, and we would start producing steamers. This will cost me more coal and way more engines and way more steel. Could also go for reinforced. No, that's not really something. And military shipbuilding, we could increase the man of war production and reduce the clipper production. I think once we change to steamships, we also have then the ability here to go for military shipbuilding. Yep, there we produce the iron clips and some clippers, but no steamers. Tricky. We do need more steel, obviously, and we also need more engines. Right, so those would be things if I want to go down this route, but it's going to be very expensive. I'm not doing it that early on, especially since I don't really need it. Steel frame buildings, holy cow, there we have it. A very major attack. Construction sector max level increased, infrastructure from population increased, maximum infrastructure increased as well. Perfect, and we can now choose this new work mode for my construction industry. Let's go back to production. Electricity, I'm very tempted to finally introduce electricity to the States. Reinforced concrete is probably, though, another one that I want to go for, yeah, right now. And steel rail, because it's just a passive bonus. There you go. Construction industry, there we would have it now. Explosives, we don't have any explosives. The price of that will skyrocket. The tools, for steel especially, 1000 steel in addition and 1000 glass in addition. So if I go for steel frame buildings now, let's just see how this affects me. We doubled our construction capacity, right? More than doubled it, but I'm negative 100,000. I cannot do this. Let's go back to the normal way, right? Expedition. Wait for nightfall. Of course, if we have a lot of... Look at that chart here. If we have some gold left over, I could change it to really boost construction for a few years, right? But right now I'm not doing this. We do need to get the other things cracking first. Ironclads has been added now. That's all fine. Yeah, so far so good. I think we're on the right track here. Our economy is developing, right? So we are going up here. We're number 5 now in the world. So we climbed the rank to number 5. And I think also the truce is over with Mexico. So there will be some conquering again in the next episode. Stay tuned.